Welcome back to the channel Numismatics Coins. If you love rare coins, valuable pocket change, and hidden treasures from American history, you're in the right place. Top 4. First up in this video, we'll explore the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. What makes it special, how to identify it, and exactly how much it can sell for in today's market. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Lincoln's portrait on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1946 issue is particularly interesting because it was minted just after World War II, marking America's transition from wartime production back to peacetime coinage. In 1946, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of pennies. Coins struck their carry no mint mark, which is why your coin may appear blank under the date. Here, how to identify a genuine 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark. Look for the date 1946 on the obverse. Check below the date, there should be no letter, no D or S. The reverse should show 2 wheat ears framing the words 1 cent. The coin should be made of 95% copper, giving it a reddish-brown appearance. Condition is extremely important. Even though millions were made, well-preserved examples are much harder to find today. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 991 million pennies in 1946, a very large number. Because of this high mintage, most circulated examples are common. However, high-grade uncirculated coins and certain error varieties can be surprisingly valuable. Collectors especially seek coins with strong luster, minimal wear, and original red color. These are far scarcer than worn brown pennies found in circulation. So what is a 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark worth today? Here's a realistic value breakdown. Heavily worn, good condition, about 3 cents to 10 cents. Fine condition, around 15 cents to 30 cents. Extremely fine, roughly 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated brown MS60 MS63, about $2 to $5. Uncirculated red MS65 and above can reach $15 to $40 plus. Top-graded red specimens certified by PCGS or NGC have sold for even higher amounts at auction. Now here where things get exciting, some 1946 pennies without mint marks can be worth much more if they have errors. Watch carefully for off-center strikes, double die errors, lamination errors, clipped planchets, wrong planchet strikes. Certain dramatic error coins have sold for $50, $100, or even several $100s depending on severity and condition. 3 key factors determine value. First, color. Red coins are worth much more than brown ones. Second, condition. Sharp details and no wear bring higher prices. Third, certification. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC often sell for premium prices. If your coin still has bright original mint luster, you may be holding a much more valuable piece than you think. If you believe you have a high-grade 1946 wheat penny, consider professional grading services, PCGS or NGC. Reputable coin dealers. Major auction platforms. Coin shows and collector groups. Avoid cleaning your coin. Cleaning can dramatically reduce its value. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark may seem common at first glance, but in the right condition, it can be a desirable collectible worth far more than face value. With millions still out there in jars and collections, it's always worth taking a closer look at your pennies. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint shortly after World War II, is a classic yet widely collected U.S. coin that often surprises new collectors with its potential value and higher grades. Although nearly 1 billion were produced, making most circulated examples quite common, the coin's true worth depends heavily on its condition and original color. A worn brown specimen may be worth only a few cents above face value, while a well-preserved uncirculated red example can sell for $15 to $40 or more in today's market, with premium certified pieces sometimes bringing even higher prices at auction. Because of this wide value range, collectors are encouraged to carefully examine their coins for strong luster, minimal wear, and any mint errors that could significantly increase the coin's desirability and market price. Next up, have you ever wondered if the pennies sitting quietly in your pocket or coin jar could actually be worth more than face value? Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about classic coins in American pocket change, the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. This small copper coin may look ordinary at first glance, but in the right condition, it can be surprisingly collectible and valuable in today's coin market. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of the famous wheat cent series that ran from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent on the reverse. Collectors love wheat pennies because they represent an important era of American coinage and are still occasionally found in circulation. The version we're focusing on today is the 1952 penny without a mint mark, which means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia coins traditionally carried no mint mark during this period. By 1952, the United States was in the early years of the Cold War, and the Lincoln Wheat Penny had already been a familiar sight in American commerce for over 4 decades. Billions of pennies were produced each year to support the booming post-World War II economy. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 186 million Lincoln cents in 1952 without a mint mark. Because of this large mintage, the coin is considered common in circulated grades. However, condition is everything in coin collecting, and high-grade examples can still command strong premiums. Let's take a closer look at what makes this coin distinctive. On the front, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's right-facing portrait, along with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1952. Since this is the Philadelphia issue, you will not see a mint mark below the date. On the reverse, the classic wheat ears curve along both sides, surrounding the denomination and country name. Coins from this era are made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving them that rich reddish-brown color collectors love. Here, where things get interesting, the value of a 1952 wheat penny without a mint mark depends heavily on its condition. In good G4 condition, the coin shows heavy wear but the date and major details remain visible. In fine F12 condition, more detail appears in Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks. In extremely fine EF40 condition, only light wear is visible. In mint state MS60 and above, the coin shows no circulation wear and retains original luster. Even though millions were made, high-grade uncirculated coins are much harder to find because most entered everyday circulation. So what is a 1952 no mint mark wheat penny worth today in dollars? As of today's market, good condition about 3 cents to 10 cents. Fine condition about 15 cents to 30 cents. Extremely fine about 50 cents to $1.50. Uncirculated MS63 red-brown, around $3 to $6. Gem uncirculated MS65 red can reach $12 to $25 or more. If the coin has full original red color and superb preservation, certified examples can sometimes sell for even higher prices at auction. While the regular 1952 Philadelphia penny is common, collectors should always watch for possible error coins. Some examples to look for include off-center strikes, double die errors, broad strikes, lamination errors. A genuine error coin can dramatically increase the value, sometimes into the $50 to several $100 range depending on the severity and condition. How to check your coin. If you think you might have a valuable 1952 wheat penny, here are a few quick tips. First, check for the absence of a mint mark under the date. Second, examine the color. Bright red coins are more valuable than brown ones. Third, look closely for any unusual doubling or striking errors. Finally, consider getting high-grade coins professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC for maximum value. Collector appeal. The 1952 wheat penny remains popular because it is affordable, historically meaningful, and part of a beloved long-running series. It's an excellent coin for beginners building a wheat cent collection, and pristine red examples are always in demand among advanced collectors. Even though it won't usually make you rich, finding a sharp, uncirculated piece in pocket change still gives collectors a real thrill. So next time you're sorting through old pennies, don't overlook the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. While many are worth only a few cents, the right coin in excellent condition could be worth $20 or more in today's market. Until next time, keep checking your change. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Next up, did you know that a simple 1-cent coin from 1953 could be worth far more than its face value today? The 1953 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny is one of those fascinating coins that often hides in plain sight. While millions were made, certain high-grade examples and rare varieties can bring surprising prices in today's collector market. If you have old pennies tucked away, this is definitely one coin you'll want to check carefully. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1953, the design had already become one of the most recognizable coins in American history. The D Mint mark on the 1953 penny tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the major U.S. mint facilities. These coins were struck during the post-World War II economic boom, a time when pennies were heavily used in everyday commerce. On the obverse or front, the coin features Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above Lincoln's head appears the motto, "In God We Trust," while Liberty sits to the left and the date 1953 with the small D mint mark appears to the right. The reverse showcases the famous twin wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin motto EPLURIBUSUNUM above. This iconic wheat design remained in use until 1958. The Denver Mint produced a very large number of 1953 D wheat pennies. Over 700 million coins were struck. Because of this high mintage, the coin is generally considered common in circulated grades. However, what truly drives value today is the coin's condition and whether it has any notable mint errors or exceptional preservation. In coin collecting, condition is everything. A heavily worn 1953 D penny that has spent decades in circulation may only be worth a few cents above face value. But coins that remain in uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning they show little to no wear and retain their original luster, can be significantly more valuable. Collectors especially seek bright red examples, often labeled as RD, red by grading services. Current market value. So what is a 1953 D wheat penny worth today? In typical circulated condition, most examples sell for about 3 cents to 15 cents. In uncirculated mint state grades, values rise noticeably. An MS-63 example might bring $2 to $4, while higher-end MS-65 red coins can sell for $10 to $20 or more. Exceptional gem quality pieces graded MS-67 red have been known to reach $100 plus at auction, depending on eye appeal and demand. Some of the most exciting finds come from mint errors. Collectors watch for RPMs, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and die cracks on 1953 D pennies. While major errors are not extremely common, when discovered in high grade they can command strong premiums. Always examine the mint mark closely under magnification to see if anything unusual stands out. If you want to check your coin, start by looking at the color. Bright red pennies are usually more valuable than brown ones. Next, inspect Lincoln's cheek, jawline, and the wheat stalks on the reverse. These are the first areas to show wear. Sharp details and strong original shine are good signs. Using a magnifying glass or coin loop can help you spot potential errors or superior condition. The 1953 D wheat penny remains popular among collectors because it is affordable yet historically meaningful. It represents the final decade of the classic wheat design before the Lincoln Memorial reverse replaced it in 1959. Many collectors building Dayton Mint sets of wheat pennies still seek high-grade red examples, keeping steady demand in the market. While most 1953 D Lincoln Wheat pennies won't make you instantly rich, the right coin in pristine condition can still be worth far more than 1 cent. It's always worth checking your old coin jars and collections carefully. You never know when a small copper coin might turn into a valuable collectible. If you enjoy coin hunting and want to learn about more valuable pennies hiding in everyday change, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep searching your pocket chain. Next up today, we're diving into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1955 D Lincoln Wheat penny. While many people know about the famous 1955 double die penny, the Denver minted version has its own story, its own collector demand, and in the right condition, a surprisingly strong market value. Let's explore what makes this coin special and how much it could be worth today. Background and history. The Lincoln Wheat penny series ran from 1909 to 1958 and remains one of the most beloved U.S. coin designs ever produced. By 1955, the coin had already been in circulation for nearly half a century. The D mint mark on the 1955 D penny tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the major U.S. mint facilities responsible for producing millions of coins each year. In fact, Denver produced over 563 million wheat pennies in 1955, making it a common date, but condition is everything. Design details. On the obverse, or front, the coin features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln facing right. You'll see the word Liberty to the left, the date 1955 to the right, and just below the date sits the small but important D mint mark. The reverse shows the classic wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, a design that collectors affectionately call the wheat penny. Metal composition. The 1955 D wheat penny was struck in the traditional bronze alloy used before 1982. It contains 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that rich reddish-brown color when well preserved. Because of the high copper content, many of these coins tone over time, and color plays a major role in determining value. Rarity and availability. Let's be clear, the 1955 D is not a rare coin in circulated condition. Millions survive today. However, high-grade uncirculated examples, especially those with full original red luster, are much harder to find. Most coins from circulation show wear, dull color, or spotting, which keeps their value low. But pristine pieces, that's where collectors start paying attention. Current market value circulated. In today's market, a typical circulated 1955 D wheat penny in average condition is usually worth about 3 to 10 cents, only slightly above face value. Coins with better detail but still circulated may bring 10 to 25 cents, so if your coin looks worn and brown, don't expect a jackpot, but don't ignore it either. Current market value uncirculated. Now things get more interesting. A mint state MS63 1955 D penny generally sells for around $8 to $12. Step up to MS65 red and values often range between $25 and $50, depending on eye appeal and grading service. Exceptional gem examples with blazing red color can sometimes sell for even more at auction. Important varieties and errors. While the famous doubled die belongs to the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the 1955 D does have some collectible varieties. Look for RPMs, repunched mint marks, and strong strike examples. These varieties can command premiums among specialists. Always examine the mint mark area carefully with magnification. Small details can make a big difference. What collectors look for. Collectors value 3 main things in the 1955 D wheat penny. Strong original red color. Sharp strike with full wheat lines. Minimal marks or spotting. Coins graded red RD are worth significantly more than red-brown RB or brown BN examples. Proper storage over the decades is what separates a common penny from a desirable collectible. Tips for finding one. If you want to hunt for a valuable 1955 D wheat penny, start by checking old penny rolls, inherited coin jars, and bank rolls. Many still surface in pocket change collections. Use a magnifying glass, good lighting, and never clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy collector value instantly. Closing. So is the 1955 D Lincoln wheat penny a hidden treasure? In circulated condition, it's modest. But in high-grade mint state with bright red luster, it becomes a solid and desirable collectible that many Lincoln cent enthusiasts want in their albums. Always check your pennies carefully, because the difference between 1 cent and $50 can come down to condition. If you enjoyed this video and love valuable coin discoveries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check your pocket change. You never know what treasure might be hiding there.